The Diary of Amelia Earhart. This is a story about Amelia Earhart. She was an airplane pilot and a great American hero. On July 2nd, 1937, the airplane that Amelia Earhart was flying crashed near Howland Island. Howland Island is in the Pacific Ocean. For many months, people searched for Amelia Earhart's plane, but it was never found. Since 1937, there have been many other expeditions to find Amelia's plane, but no one has been able to find it. Amelia Earhart was born on July 24th, 1897, to Amy and Edwin Earhart. She was born in Kansas City, but lived all over the United States. When she was 10, her family moved to Iowa.
July 24th, 1908. Today is my 11th birthday. It was a great day. Father took us to the Iowa State Fair. It was very exciting. I saw an airplane for the first time. It was a strange-looking thing, and I can't imagine flying in it.
In February of 1917, Amelia became a nurse in the American Army. For 2 years, she served in Europe. She helped save many lives during the war.
November 11th, 1918. The war has finally ended, and I am going back to the United States. It was a terrible war. I tried to help as many soldiers as I could, but many men died. I hope there is never another war again.
After the war, Amelia went to California to be with her mother and father. It was in California that Amelia fell in love with flying.
May 10, 1920. Today was the most exhilarating day of my life. I went with Father to Darty Field. We watched an air show. Then I got a chance to fly in an airplane, and I loved it. I have to fly again. June 5th, 1920. I met Netta today. She is going to give me flying lessons. I am going to become an airplane pilot. July 9th, 1920. Today I bought an airplane and named it the Canary. Unfortunately, I got into a very small accident when I was flying the plane. But tomorrow will be better. November 15th, 1920. This was the worst day of my life. I had another accident in my airplane. Netta thinks that I may never be a good pilot. Mother and Father agree with her and want me to stop flying. But I will never stop. Flying is my life now. I will show them that I can be a great pilot. I will become the best pilot ever.
Amelia never gave up. She worked very hard for the next 8 years. She became an excellent pilot. During those 8 years, she also became a famous pilot. In fact, the Boston Globe called her the best woman pilot in the United States.
September 2nd, 1928. I am so excited. I got a call from Captain Rayleigh. He asked me to become the first woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean. I will have to train for 4 years. It will be a very difficult flight for me. May 20th, 1932. I did it. I flew across the Atlantic by myself. It was not easy. I had to fly through a thunderstorm and heavy fog. All I had to eat on the trip was some soup and a can of juice. When I arrived, there were hundreds of people waiting for me. They were all cheering.
Hooray! Hooray!
June 15, 1932. What a day! First, there was a parade given for me in New York City. Thousands of people came out onto the street to cheer for me. I felt like a hero. Later, I flew to Washington, D.C. and went to the White House. President Roosevelt presented me with an award.
After that, Amelia was very famous. Her next goal was to fly around the world.
October 23, 1935. I have decided to fly all the way around the world. I will be the first woman to fly around the world. Also, I will fly around the equator. If I do it, I will hold the record for the longest distance ever traveled in one trip. It will be longer than any man has ever flown. May 21st, 1937. I said goodbye to my friends, my family, and many of my new fans today. I have begun my journey around the world. It will take several months. Today, I flew from Los Angeles to Miami, Florida.
Her last entry was on July 31st, 1937. It was very short.
Tomorrow I will be flying over Howland Island. I hope it is a nice day.
Then, the very next day, her plane crashed near Howland Island. Searchers went out to find her. President Roosevelt sent 9 Navy ships and 66 airplanes to find her. They searched for almost a month, but could not find her. Still to this day, no one has been able to find her plane. Amelia Earhart, courageous and brave woman. Just before she disappeared, Amelia wrote this letter to her husband, George Putnam.
Dear George, please know I am aware that this trip will be dangerous, but I must make this trip. Women must try to do the things that men have done. Even if I fail, I hope that my adventure will challenge other women to try.